I'm not going to bore you with the details. I got to go make lunch for my daughter, and they just released the patch notes, and quite honestly, it was aggravating me that they couldn't do it sooner. So let's try and get through this together, and I'm just going to speed read through it. Nobody cares about this entire thing. That's just extra fluff. General updates to the control game mode. They fixed a bug regarding the overtime on control maps, and basically let's shorten that entire thing. One bug led to another bug, which led to another bug. That's how it is in shorthand. So, for example, if Team A has 99% and Team B has current control of the point, but then Team A take back control of the point, overtime will automatically trigger and start to burn down unless Team B can't touch again. At lower capture percentages, this change will have no impact on the game mode, as the new rules only applied for the purposes of overtime. Hero updates and changes: they've added a challenge to unlocking Junker, Queen, Sojourn, and Kiriko, and 70-plus player icon rewards have been added to the challenges with the release of Season 2. Shop update: they've added a hero purchase tab to the shop. That's the most important update here, because if you can't spend money, they don't make anything, they don't eat, and they have to go home and tell their children, hey, you're going to starve for the evening because people didn't buy our packages for the evening. We're going to power through. Competitive play. Okay, so there's a couple of changes here. There are new temporary competitive title rewards based on the end of season rank. You can earn these titles by the end of, at the end of the current competitive season and can only use them for the season following. That's honestly stupid, but okay. Heroes aren't eligible for competitive play will have a lock icon in the hero gallery, AE Ramatra for right now, because he's the new hero on the block. And quite honestly, I'm okay with that. They're not available for 2 weeks. They took that away in Overwatch 1 and added it back in Overwatch 2 because it's the smart decision. Why they did that in the first place, I will never know. Implemented a group of matchmaking enhancements to improve match quality, minor polish improvements to competitive UI flow, and the new hero Ramatra. He won't be available in competitive for 2 weeks, as mentioned a moment ago. Hero updates! So here's something that actually kind of pisses me off, and I'll go through a short explanation, but damage roll passive no longer provides movement speed, and the reload speed bonus is increased from 25 to 35%, i.e. you could reload faster after you get a kill. So their comment was talking about how the movement speed was negative mitigation, like it made it very hard for the damage hero to be able to, get his kills, and it affected his aim precision and all that. And I'm fine with this. I'm actually fine with the movement speed being taken away. It will actually make aiming a lot easier, and the reload speed is very helpful, and it's actually very good. I like that. However, there's one problem. Because the damage roll passive is now removing the speed bonus, they took away the speed bonus that you get when you get a kill, and they nerfed Soldier. They nerfed Soldier 76's sprint speed because of this passive. So now that it no longer gives the speed bonus, Soldier just essentially just got the crap end of the stick, and now his sprint speed has not been improved along with it. Meaning that he's now slower overall, and his sprint is more or less completely useless. I just wanted to throw that out there. I'm not even going to go over Ramatra. Everybody's pretty much already seen it from the gameplay, and they don't even actually put the raw numbers here. He has Void Accelerator, Nemesis Form, Pummel, Revenous Vortex, I don't know why I said almost said Rendezvous, and Annihilation. I'm pretty sure he's going to get a nerf, or they're going to rebalance him in some kind of way, but you know what, again, I don't care. Everybody's already seen him. I'm not going to go and reinvent the wheel. Doomfist! He's got the longest balance patch change, but basically they're trying to make him a disruptive brawler-style tank with his buffs to certain things and all that. I don't know. I don't know. But we're going to quickly just speed through his entire thing. I think he's going to need a nerf, and they make him a little bit too strong, but it looks like his Rocket Punch actually got a good, decent balance to it, along with Power Block and Meteor Strike, but we'll go through that in a bit. Rocket Punch. Impact range increased from 15 to 30 to 25 to 50. In other words, the damage range has increased. The wall slam range reduced, to 10 to 30 damage. This is scaling with how powerful the Rocket Punch was. Empowered Rocket Punch wall slam stun duration reduced from half a second to 1 second to a quarter to 3/4 of a second. In other words, you're stunned for less. Non-empowered Rocket Punch now just stuns for a minimum of 0.25 seconds, a quarter of a second for the duration of wall slam. Empowered Rocket Punch knockback radius reduced from 4 to 3 meters. If I understand that correctly, that means that it's actually a smaller window, which means that you have to be more precise. Minimum time before a cancel option becomes available reduced from a quarter to actually half of a quarter, so that's 1/8 of a second. roughly. Cooldown reduced from 4 to 3 seconds, so it's used more often. But this has been in since his rework, but was not. I'm very confused as to why that had to be mentioned in the patch notes. I'm guessing someone screwed up. Power block. Cooldown reduced to 7 seconds. Duration increased to 2.5 seconds. This is power block, by the way. Minimum damage mitigated required to empower a rocket punch reduced from 90 to 80 damage. Meteor strike now empowers rocket punch on landing, and enemy slow duration increased from 2 to 3 seconds. Okay, that makes sense. I had to think about that for a minute. Then the best defense is passive. Maximum temporary health increased to 200 from 150, and temporary health gains per target hit with abilities increased from 30 to 40. In other words, he's going to be more durable. Junker Queen. I don't really care about what the developer updates are. Her torso and head hitbox volume is increased by 12%. Her rampage wound duration was reduced to 4.5 seconds from 5. Big change. And ultimate cost reduced by 10%. The commanding shout cooldown was reduced to 14 seconds, another big change, whopping change. And adrenaline rush passive healing multiplier increased from 1 to 1.25 second times. I can't speak. Damage dealt by wounds. Bastion. This is kind of weird. Developer comments. Oh, hi, Poopy. What? You're watching? Hey, get back here. This is why I have to make it quick. Configuration for artillery. Delay before projectile drop reduced from 1 to 0.6 seconds. Explosion damage reduced from 300 to 250. No longer deals explosion damage to self. Minimum delay between placing shots reduced by 20%. Reconfigure cooldown from 12 to 10 seconds. In other words, he's going to be a little bit more deadly and has to be more precise, is what I'm understanding. I still don't buy into that whole higher, lower ranks crap with Sojourn, so let's just be honest with each other. This was needed, but it's probably needing more. Okay, actually, it's not too terrible, but allow me to explain. Railgun, energy delay before draining reduced to 5 seconds. In other words, you have 5 seconds to use your shot or lose it. Secondary fire, fall off, range reduced from 70 to 40 meters. That's good, because it basically means there's a drop-off now, and that it makes it a little bit shorter, but 40 meters might be still too much. I think that they need to reduce that still. Secondary fire critical damage multiplier reduced to 1.5. Good. Secondary fire damage now scales linearly with energy from 30 to 130. 1 energy converts to 1 damage added. Primary fire damage per projectile increased from 9 to 10, so her damage potential just went up. It's as good as Soldier. And overclock energy charge rate increased by 20%. Good. Symmetra! Proton projector. Beam charge rate and decay rate increased by 20%. Primary ammo consumption rate increased from 7 to 10 per second. Primary fire gains ammo from damaging barriers again, so I think they just rebalanced her out. Tracer, pulse pistols, damage increased from 5 to 6. They just made her more deadly. The bug is resolved and reverting the damage. Alright. Anna, basically got nothing. No need to cover that. Kiriko, because, she needed some stuff. Arm hit volumes reduced by 15%, added an auto wall climb hero option. Kitsune Rush, ultimate cost increased by 10%, movement speed bonus reduced to 30, and cooldown rate reduced from 3 to 2 times faster. Protection Suzu cast time reduced to 0.1 seconds from 0.15. Kunai ammo increased by 3, and switch step ability can now be held to activate. It's kind of weird, but okay. Developer comments for the Mercy change, because all she really did was get a weapon swap time reduction and ammo increased by 5, so nothing more. Season 2 map pools. So this is what I'm pretty sure everybody was waiting for anyway. A huge increase, because everybody was playing the same 3 maps anyway. Push, nobody likes Push. Hybrid, Blizzard World Overcast, new. Eichenwald, Kings Row, Midtown, Parisio. Escort is Dorado, Junkertown, Circuit Royale, Rialto, Route 66, and Shimbali Monastery, new map. And lastly is Control is Busan, Ilios, Lijiang Tower, Nepal, and Oasis. They finally brought them back in. Yeah, that's pretty much it. General bug fixes. Let's go over this real quick and power read through. Fixed a bug that was causing Roadhog's breath not to be audible when viewing some animations. Fixed a bug that caused some players to lose competitive challenge progress. I don't think that affected me. Resolved an issue where several products couldn't be unlocked from the hero gallery. Fixed an issue with the lifesaver challenge not counting Mercy's resurrect as a save. Resolved an issue where the purchase is not immediately showing up after purchase. Wow. We needed those changes. Where were they sooner? Fixed a bug where Torbjorn and Symmetra's turrets displaying hostile red overlays in deathmatch for the player that placed it. Yeah, I actually noticed that one. Never mind. I noticed that. Okay, bug fixes for maps. Busan fixed an area of the map where players could get stuck. Colosseo fixed geometry that allowed some heroes to contest undetected. Esperancia fixed some areas that could be used to escape the playable space and fixed geometry that allowed some heroes to contest undetected. Gibraltar fixed lighting issues across the map and fixed some areas where Torbjorn could place his turret in unreachable spots. Nepal replaced some missing pillars in Sanctum. There's missing pillars? Rio fixed a bug that allowed some heroes to get inside of the payload. Kind of like a big one. Yeah, I'll bypass. Route 66 fixed some lighting issues across the map. New Queen Street fixed some issues with shadows across the map and fixed an area of the map where players could get stuck. I know, Sadie. Hero bug fixes. Heroes no longer take damage from their own abilities if they are on the other side of a friendly barrier, and fixed an issue with damage passive or sometimes double reload animation. Yeah, that's a huge bug fix. I'm still waiting to actually hear the replay animations actually play sound. McCree resolved an issue with some skins using the wrong props in the flashbang victory pose. I've never seen that, but okay. Doomfist fixed the issues where his power block reduced the damage from some area of effect abilities, and Meteor Strike you can no longer detect Sombra if the targeting reticle gets near her. Excuse me. Diva fixed the bug that allowed players to use self-destruct during their mech's destruction while hacked. Junker Queen, Jagged Blade can no longer be recalled while slept, stunned, hacked, or frozen. That's kind of a big thing. Fixed an issue with Jagged Blade being consumed by friendly abilities like Deflect, Defense Matrix, etc. And Jagged Blade now takes curved trajectory on return. Mercy, Guardian Angel now correctly resets its cooldown if Valkyrie is used. And Guardian Angel cancel boost is now disabled when Mercy is stunned. Moira, Junkrat's trap no longer displays at chest height in first person when using Fade. Really? That was a bug? Farah fixed a bug that reduced her ult cost of Rocket Barrage. No wonder people were playing her. Soldier 76 fixed an issue where he was unable to crit hit max range enemies during tac visor. I never noticed. Symmetra fixed a bug that resulted in voiceover being cut out when taking the teleporter. Tracer being fixed a big causing her pulse pistol damage fall off to not start until max range. Really? Winston resolved an issue where werewolf skin in the excuse me highlight intro during Winston Red in the turning Winston red in hero gallery. Zenyatta fixed an issue with melee not correctly animating if used to cancel alternate fire. And that's pretty much it for the patch notes. I'm going to just quickly say that there was a couple of changes. I don't know how I feel about them. I'm leaning more in the positive direction. As far as, first off, Ramatra, he looks cool. I'm not even going to debate that. Doomfist looks like he's a little bit more well-balanced. It looks like he got a decent balancing in Rocket Punch, but it's still dangerous. But he's definitely going to be beefier, and that's going to be a problem to deal with. And I think that he's going to have a power creep because the rest of his abilities not Rocket Punch. Junker Queen looks like she was well-balanced and well-rounded. I did think that she needed a buff of some kind, but she was still kind of... She was hard to hit, and I actually do agree with that. They were mentioning she was a little bit slippery. Bastion. As far as I'm understanding from these balance changes, he's being tweaked to be more precise. Speed lethal. It's kind of weird, ultimately. I'm leaning more on... I don't know. I don't even know. I might be positive, might be negative. I just don't know. Soldier definitely needed these nerfs a lot sooner, and I think it is actually going to balance her out pretty well. I think people are underestimating that. I'm happy for it. Symmetra, it's whatever. Tracer, she didn't really get much. Like, 1 damage increase, okay, big deal. They reverted her in the bug change, whatever not. They were going to increase her damage anyway. Come on now. Anna, Sleep Dart, is basically nothing. Kiriko, good balance changes as far as I could tell. It definitely requires a little bit more skill to play her now. And Mercy just... I've seen a lot of Mercy players complain on the forums. I don't even care to argue with that. I don't play Mercy. I don't care, but it's whatever. I think that I don't think it's a bad change. I just don't think it's a great change either. As for the bug fixes, I'm glad that they did fix a majority of the things, and hopefully now we can go into matches without an issue. And I'm still, for the damage passive thing, I'm happy for that. I'm definitely happy that they took away the speed thing. It was basically hurting your aim on a majority of levels. The reload speed's greatly appreciated, but I really hope that they recognize that Soldier now is going to be really slow, and that I hope that they revert that change from, because here's the thing, when they put in the passive, they reduced his sprint speed because they stacked, and then they realized, oh, he's too oppressive because he's too fast. Now you're taking away the passive mood speed, but exactly! Now they took away the bonus speed, and they're leaving him with a nerfed state of sprint speed, making him ultimately slower. I'm going to go test him in the range in like the next half hour, whatever not, but let me know what you guys think. Leave some comments down below. I'd love to discuss this with you guys, but just my overall thoughts is that this is not a bad balance change. Is it worth all the time we waited? Probably not, but it's better than nothing after all this time. So again, let me know your thoughts down below. I'll talk to you guys the next time, and I'll see you on stream. Peace.